anything and everything. Hi everybody, and welcome back to my channel for another week of videos. When this is released, it will be 1 week till day one of Katsucon. Granted, I am getting there Thursday before the con officially starts, so technically it'll be under a week for me, which is absolutely terrifying. But honestly, that brings up a great point, which is the plot of today's video. So in today's video, we're going to talk about packing. So packing is always difficult when going on a big trip, and especially going to a con because you've got cosplays and so many other things to worry about. So this week I'm going to show you guys some tips on what to pack and how to pack it. So let's get going. So first off, I'm going to start out with some tips on what to pack. So obviously this is going to be a list of everything, but these are some things that I suggest and are really handy to have. So number one thing, make an itemized list of everything you need. I'm gonna put a little video of me scrolling through my phone right there. That is my list. That is what I have. On that list, put every single element of cosplay, makeup, wig care, anything and everything. Because honestly, it sucks, and I've done it before. I have gone through everything. I especially do this with makeup. I end up forgetting a specific shade of eyeshadow that I need. I end up forgetting my eyebrow pencil because I grabbed my eyeliner instead. Random things like that. So I highly recommend making an itemized list of anything and everything, each piece that goes into a cosplay and each thing that you will need to go with it. The next thing I suggest is a printed receipt for your pass. So if you are not just lobby conning your convention, I would highly recommend printing out a paper receipt for your badge. There are some cons that will allow you to pick up your badge through a phone, but it is always better to have a paper option for them to see and scan, because sometimes there are places that will not accept digital tickets. They will only accept the paper ones. So never have any confusion, always have the paper one on hand, because it's so awkward to get up to the front of the line and them not being able to scan your phone when that's what you expected, and then having to run around to find somewhere to print your pass. This next one is probably one of the most important things to bring to a convention, and they kind of go hand in hand. The next two things on my list go together, are chargers and external batteries. So I keep mine in this cute little pink case so I can keep everything together. Well, let's see if it'll open right. It did, open on the first try. So I have this pink little box here. That is my external battery, external charger. I absolutely love having this thing around. It can get up to 2 or 3 full charges on my phone before the battery itself dies. So I love having this thing around. I don't have to go back to the hotel and charge my phone. I can just have it right here with me, and you're always gonna want your phone on you for pictures or for just emergency purposes and all of that. So always make sure you have the chargers. Now in this case, I also keep in an extra set of cords and an extra charging block just in case friends forget them or I leave my wall charger someplace. I just like to have the extra stuff in there. One more thing that you can add to your list is an extra change of clothes, because you are going to be in cosplays non-stop, especially if you're at a long con like Katsucon. You're gonna want some normal clothes to walk around in. If you have one of those days where you decide that you just don't want to cosplay, then you have something to walk around in, or you have something for the drive home. Luckily, a lot of my cosplays this year are in plain clothes, so I don't really have to worry about that too much. But if you have giant builds that are very uncomfortable or that you will take off after like an hour, I highly recommend bringing some extra clothes just to make sure you're comfy and having a good day. My next recommendation is extra bobby pins, hairspray, and wig caps, because those things are notorious for going missing. You can add hair ties to that list too, because you are in a room with like 3 or 4 people, somebody's going to need it, you're going to run out, or somebody's is going to mysteriously disappear. And It always happens without fail, so you're always just gonna wanna have extras and make sure you are fully ready. This next thing I actually talked about in my last video is snacks for your hotel room. So in my last video, I was talking about getting con crud and how to fight it and how to prevent it. So one of those things, fighting and preventing it, is you gotta keep yourself fed and hydrated. In order to do that, you have to bring snacks. And con food is notoriously expensive. So why not just bring your own ahead of time? So you can bring healthy options, and if you have dietary restrictions like gluten-free, vegan, you can bring your own snacks so you can make sure you have something to eat at all times of the day. Also, you can bring in waters to stay hydrated or sodas, whatever you like. This is another thing I talked about in my last video. I highly recommend bringing a med kit, just some extra things in case you get sick. Tissues, NyQuil or DayQuil, hand sanitizers, all of those things just to make sure you can stay healthy, and if you do get sick, you are taken care of. The last thing you are going to want to remember to pack is a repair kit. A cosplay repair kit is absolutely essential for a giant con, especially one that is a few days long. Something is going to happen no matter what. So always bring extra sewing needles, threads, a hot glue gun, anything that you need to fix your particular cosplay. If you require contact cement to fix any foam pieces, make sure you bring that. Just an extra pair of scissors is always a great idea as well. So now we're gonna move on to tips for packing. So my first tip is pack in order. So everything that you're going to use at the start of the weekend, make sure it's on the top of your suitcase, and then everything that's for later, make sure it's on the bottom. That way you can avoid rifling through your suitcase and things getting tossed around and mixed up between cosplays. You can also use bags to keep things together. For example, when I went on my Disney trip last year, I did a lot of Disney bounds that had a lot of little elements to them. So I used the giant freezer Ziploc bags and kept everything together so I would know where everything is and I would label it so I knew which one it was. Now this is the major one that just encompasses everything on packing. Make use of all space. If you have shoes that are being put in your suitcase, roll up socks, tights, everything of that nature, shove it in your shoes. That way you are not wasting any space. You can also eliminate space by using travel containers for bathroom products. Unless you're going for a week-long con, you don't really need to bring full-size bottles of shampoo or body wash or anything like that. So I actually went to Target today and got a bunch of mini-size things, so I was gonna show you. I have mini bottles for shampoo, conditioner, and body wash that I will be using just to save space so I can pack more things in my suitcase. I also have a smaller bathroom bag that I can bring. So I'll put all of my toiletries in here aside from my toothbrush and be good to go. I love this bag. I also got it from Target a few years ago. It's really small and can fold up easily. So I can roll it up and shove it in any corner I need to make sure that I have as much space as I can. And for me, since I am a contact wearer, but I'm also bringing colored contacts, I'm going to be bringing an extra mini bottle of contact solution because I will have 3 different pairs of contacts. I'll have my own personal ones, and then I'll have brown ones and red ones for my 2 Bella Swan cosplays. So I am bringing extra contact solution because you do not want dry contacts. And if you are going to be using a ton of contacts for a weekend at a con, bring extra ones just to make sure you have enough, because it's always better to have leftovers than running out. All right, you guys, that is it for this week's video. I hope your packing adventures go well for the upcoming cons. I will be at Katsucon all weekend, so if you see me, please do not be afraid to come say hi. I'd love to meet all of you. And please feel free to follow my social media links down below. I have Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Please feel free to follow any of them. And if you liked this video, please give it a big thumbs up and leave a comment down below of what is your #1 packing essential when you go to a con. If you like this face and want to see more, please hit the big red subscribe button down below. And I will see you next week for another video. Bye, guys.